I actually did a pull in his car. I was like, oh shit, like, nah, we solid.
Alright, go park. We'll catch you right now.
Alright, man.
Alright. You're not into Eclipses? Is that what you said? What'd you do to this?
So far it's a rice box from the inside.
Yeah.
But I have so much planned for it, like making it manual, putting a turbo.
Gotcha.
428.
Kind of what I did with mine, huh?
Yeah.
Y2. So you said it was 97?
Yeah.
97 GS.
Kind of just like a home.
It's like a DIY type of thing.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. Alright, so we're gonna review the new Subaru WRX.
Subaru. The headlights, for the most part, look the same.
Like the front end. I think it's too much plastic.
I was gonna say, if it was black.
Yeah, and they don't offer the STI model either.
No, I know. They got rid of it just like the Evo.
Rest in peace.
In the car scene.
What are you doing?
Huh?
What are you doing?
I am taking notes for our next podcast.
We're gonna do a podcast right now?
We are going to do a podcast.
Where can they find that podcast?
You can find it on Spotify. You can find it on Google Podcasts. You can find it on YouTube. And you can find it on Anchor.
Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be installing some Reaction coilovers on the Evo. I've never done a coilover install video on an Evo at all on my channel. I have a couple with DSMs and of course the 3000 GT. But for all my Evo guys, if you guys are trying to install coilovers, well, this is going to be your video. And I'm kind of figuring out the direction of the channel in regards to either building a high horsepower Evo or going E85 on the VR4 and doing all the mods on that car. But I'm kind of thinking about just leaving it more as a cruiser and building the Evo itself, because the Evo is the one build that I haven't really gone full, full send with. And I feel like it's the one with the most potential when it comes to power. So it's still on a stock turbo. There's a lot coming for this car, but for now we are going to be upgrading the suspension over with Reaction. Ever since I came last time, you guys just got this in-house alignment rack, huh?
Yeah, track alignment and install shop,
so they could come in and basically get the coilovers installed. You guys set the preload, you guys set the ride height.
That's correct.
That's pretty awesome actually. So it's like an all-in-one type of situation. We're gonna go ahead and get on the lift and we're gonna start on the removal of the original coilovers that are on there right now. This bolt down here is a 17 on both sides. Once you take that off, we'll lower the car, go to the top. So in order to take off the top portion of the coilover, you're gonna have to take off the two 14mm nuts that are on the car. Coilover is not quite coming off yet, so I guess we're gonna have to remove this bolt as well to clear up some more space for the coilover to come out.
Alright, so for this kit, we're gonna actually do a Swift spring upgrade, and you can do this when you order your kit. We always offer either Swift upgrades, which are these. You can choose whatever spring rates you like, or we also do the Reaction upgrades, which are not Swift. They're our standard Reaction springs, except you're gonna choose what spring rates you want. For Miguel's setup here, he did a 12 case spring in the back and a 10 in the front.
Right.
So to set the preload on that, you're gonna measure the spring when there's no there's it's basically loose.
Right.
You're gonna measure the length of it, which measures out to about 25 mils, and then we're gonna preload it by 5 millimeters.
5 millimeters.
So you're gonna compress it down to 20.
Gotcha. And they do that with the upper collars, right?
Yeah, with upper collars. So
Gotcha.
You're gonna tighten it to 20 mils, and then you're gonna lock it down with this one.
Got it. Just around 20. Perfect. And now we are ready to set the height adjustment. Yeah. Okay, so now we're gonna take the old suspension, try to match it as closely as possible for the ride height, and then we'll make some final adjustments at the end.
So you can loosen up this collar, the lock.
Right. Okay. They are set with the proper height adjustments and preload. Now we're gonna go ahead and install them in reverse order. The rears are finally done. We are now ready to focus on the fronts. Should be pretty easy as well. All right, so all you gotta do to take off the fronts is remove the two 19mm bolts holding on the hub here. Once you're done with that, you have to come up here and take off the 3 bolts, which they seem to be 14s, off the top. So it's 3 up top, 2 on the bottom, and you might have the bracket for some of the brake lines, and if you do, just take that off.
Got it?
Yeah. The fronts are off. Super easy to do. All we have to do now is get the fronts ready, match the height to the old ones. Just like that, the fronts are finally on. Honestly, the Swift springs on the Riaction coilovers just look absolutely stunning. We're gonna go ahead and put the wheels back on, get this thing in black back on the floor, and we're ready for its test drive. Here to GMR in California. It's actually a pretty dangerous road because the curves here could be pretty dangerous. It's a really good view. Look at this. We're up at the top of the, well, almost at the top of the mountain, but the Evo does really good as a handling car, and I'm honestly in love with how the coilovers handle. I do get a little more confidence with the Swift springs on there, and well, I can't wait for the next Streets of Willow with a starting grid. All we have to do now is change out the brake pads. It does have some pretty cheap generic street pads, but once we go with some performance ones, I feel like the braking power of the car will go up. But I do want to give a huge thanks again to Riaction. Not only do I love their coilovers, but I do support them as a company because they put their belief in me as well, and they believe what I'm doing to make these type of video for you guys, for me to be able to put them on my car, review them for myself, and use them on literally the Eclipse 3000 GT and Evo now. So all my cars have their coilovers. I stand by their product. If you guys are interested, I will link their stuff down in the description. Again, huge thanks to the guys over at Riaction. And of course, tomorrow is the big drop. This is the one that did it for me. I got the little Race Legacy logo right here with the Japanese letters at the bottom. Honestly in love. I'll show you guys the 4 designs right now. Hold up. All right, so we start off with the first design. Of course, I went ahead and went with a tri-blend shirt for good quality and durability, and it doesn't shrink as much when you wash it. Of course, we have the Race Legacy right here in the front, and we're gonna have the "In Speed We Trust" in the back with the stars right at the bottom for shirt number 1. For shirt number 2, we have the Mitsubishi hub. Same quality of shirt, as you guys can see. It's more of like a gym fit, I guess, but you could honestly use this everywhere. Pretty breathable, so it makes it kind of easier to, you know, stay fresh during hot days like this. And we have the anti-Mitsubishi Club, which is actually my personal favorite. I think this is the one I'm gonna wear the most. But if you know what the anti-social social club is, it's kind of inspired by that. So if you're a Mitsu guy, this shirt's for you too. And the Race Legacy design in the back with the DSM. For all my 2G guys, I'm honestly in love with this shirt too. Honestly, I love every single one of the shirts, but it's just this drop's the one that I'm probably gonna be wearing all the time in the video. So you'll probably see these shirts around pretty often. But if you want your own, of course, link in the description. If you guys also want like the way cheaper stuff like the air fresheners or stickers, I have those too. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and link the Race Legacy merch in the description as well for you guys. And like I always say, you guys don't have to buy anything ever from me. If you do and you want to support, I appreciate that, but never feel forced or pushed to do it just because a lot of these guys do it. I just do it because it's something that I would personally wear, and I can't wait to see you guys repping it yourselves. I did improve the quality of the shirts and the prints, so this will be the best drop thus far. So I'll go ahead and end the video here. Again, huge thanks to Riaction. I'll go ahead and link their stuff in the description as well if you guys are interested. Anything in your car, go ahead and use discount code Miguel DSM for a percentage off. And besides that, I'll go ahead and end the video here. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe for more Mitsubishi content, and I'll see you on the next one.